congratulations on your new song finally being out. How has that release been for you?
It's been exciting. It's been fun. I've done a couple like shows in Nashville, like promoting it. So it's been fun to like hear what people think and get that kind of positive feedback. So yeah.
Yeah, could you talk more about what the inspiration behind this song was?
Yeah, so the song Led Me On, I wrote a little while ago, and I got really into like musical theater. So I liked the idea of trying to write like not a musical theater song, but like a song that is like my sound, but has that like story of someone feeling betrayed by someone and knowing that there's no like fixing it. Because even after I wrote it, I was like, yeah, this is even something I relate to. So I felt like it was different from some of the songs on the EP. So it felt like it would fit to show like different feelings. Yeah.
Yeah, what was the process like kind of choosing that this song was going to be the next release? Was there struggles to that?
Yes, there was, because my EP that's coming out at the end of April has 4 songs, and it's called It's Just Me. So it made sense for It's Just Me to be first. But then the second one, I was like, I don't know, because the nice thing is a lot of people have their own favorite song. So I'm like, I don't know the best song to pick. But this, like I said, this was the one that was the most different, especially from my first single. So I thought it made the most sense to release it next to kind of show people the diversity of my writing, to kind of be like, oh, I can write a big like anthem kind of song and also write like a sad ballad sort of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, your music is so powerful and honest. Is it hard for you to kind of open up with music, or what has that been like?
Yeah, I've thought about that more. I was like, it's weird how like sometimes I'll be afraid to talk about certain things, but then in music, I'm like, oh yeah, duh. But I feel like sometimes it's harder if it feels more obvious or like personal, but I've gotten better at just being like, oh, this is like what I want to talk about, and this is important to people. So a lot of the times I feel like it's also like with Led Me On, it's also having a realistic ending. I feel like in some of my songs, I do still like to bring that hope, but then in some songs, there's just like, this is the end sort of thing. So, yeah.
What do you hope that listeners take from not only this song, but your music in general?
I hope I've been saying that the theme for this EP is kind of like empowerment. I think it shows like kind of taking control of your life and your like stepping into yourself sort of a thing. So I hope that when people listen to these songs, they can relate to them and they can like feel be in those different moods that this EP has, and embrace that.
Talking more about you, have you always wanted to get into the music industry, or was it kind of something that grew on you?
I would say it was always something I wanted to do. I liked singing, like, when my sisters and I would like perform in the backyard and stuff, or I would rope them into doing things. So I'm the oldest of those two. I have an older brother too, but we would do that. And then like I played clarinet in middle school, and like in elementary slash middle school was when I became a big Taylor Swift fan. And I learned that she was a singer songwriter. And at that point, I was like writing stories already and things like that. And I was like, you can do both of those things at the same time. And it's really cool because, like what you were saying about personal stuff, in like I didn't show a lot of my middle school stuff. I was just playing guitar and singing about my day and stuff. So it was nice that like I've always used songwriting as like a healing sort of thing.
Talking more about your music as well, how do you tend to find inspiration for things that maybe aren't related to you?
I think it's just like through, like I said, like being observant and sort of things like that. Like I said, with Led Me On, a lot of it was like outside inspiration of just like imagining what it would be like to be in that place, or just like getting inspiration from other writers or like other stories and trying to be like, what would it be like if I wrote a song for that? So trying to do those exercises sometimes.
I mean, you've
Mhm.
accomplished a fair amount for just starting off your career recently. Do you have any dream goals for your future?
Yeah, I feel like um I definitely want to do some sort of like do some touring stuff, like a full band stuff, even if it's just in Nashville, to start to kind of do my own shows with like tickets and stuff because I do a lot of writers rounds, so it'd be cool to like for it to be my show. And I feel like also like I've done the Bluebird as an open mic, but like a big goal would be to like play there as one of the artists too. So,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, talking more about your future, do you have any other projects that you could talk about? I know you have your EP coming out, but what's the plan for once that's released and maybe after?
yeah, I mean, once that's released, I'll definitely be happy because those are my first four songs on streaming. So that'll be a good way for people to find me. But after that, I have like a ton of other songs that are like in line to be recorded. So I'm gonna probably go through the process of seeing if I can get another EP together to release within the next year or so. So I can, keep content coming. So that would be ideal to do something like that in the future. And also just playing shows and things around Nashville.
Yeah, definitely. I
Mhm.
mean, my last question for you, if you could describe yourself and your music in 3 words, what would they be?
Um, I guess, let me see. Yeah, I guess like empowerment, honest, and like sassy are the words I like to use.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely hear it in your music.
Yeah, I definitely notice I carry that a lot into my songs. So I'm like, I guess I'll just say like I like to say like sweet and sassy is where I like to fall in that sort of
Okay,
thing. Yeah.
fair enough. But thank you so much for doing this interview. It was so great to talk to you.
Yeah, it was really great to talk to you too.